want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that?
Oh.
Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Going through some of the same crap. Hold on 1 second. This ain't gonna take a second. Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's episode of Spot Show Live Stream. Hopefully, everybody's having a good week so far. This is Thursday, December 12th, year of our Lord 2024. Like I said, hopefully everybody's having a good week so far and getting geared up for the weekend. And yes, if I'm slow to respond to some of the chats this week, and everything's does everybody? Anyway, yeah, I get few technical difficulties as usual. So anyway, yes, this is Spot Show live stream. Okay, this ain't working. Just gonna have to wing it. Hopefully, I can hear everything and hear you people as well. Anyway, how's everybody doing this week? The day before Friday the 13th. Yes. Or what was it? Or whatever. I forgot the sound. I forgot what I was supposed to actually say. Anyway, yes, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. Also, cool thing about tomorrow being Friday the 13th, it is tomorrow night. My second live stream, Wrestling Gold Friday night. But anyway, it is time for a Spot Show live stream. Got a few things to get to this evening. Yeah, let me get these things straight, because the same thing that happened to me last week happened to me this week, and I thought it was all straight. I could try to log out. Let's see if that works. Oh well. Hey, there we go. I can see it now. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, a little technical difficulties. Let's start this stuff. That's what you get for being a amateur. I'll be professional here. Yeah, these earphones. Yes, I'm keep on hearing static, so I don't know if it's going through to everybody else, and I definitely don't want to do that. So I just got no earmuffs for me today. So anyway, yeah, a few things to get to tonight. Let me go ahead and go through the BS. Hey, if you're joining me live, hit me up in a chat. Hey, ask a question or give your 2 cents on what I talk about this evening. Also, or not also, but if you want, just be friendly, say hello, just like Joe King did. Tomorrow is the day before Friday the 13th. Yes, and he asks, "What's up? What's up, Joe King?" I'm doing fine as usual. How are you doing? Hopefully your week's going well. Let's see. So, but if you're not able to join me live, this thing is going to be uh, available to watch. After it's all done, so you can kind of go in there and uh and leave a comment and or just say hello. I will respond accordingly. Also, if you're digging what I'm talking about, click on that thumbs up button. Lets me know you like it, and that's appreciated. Also, what's greatly appreciated, if you're not a subscriber yet, be a champion. Click on that subscribe button. Let's see. No stat. Yeah, I just unplugged it. I took it off and just unplugged it. Let's screw it. Ain't worth it. But I do got my chat set up here. Hopefully, I am still on. Everybody sees me. I just put a thumbs up there. Hopefully, everybody still sees me. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, it's been a wet week. I don't know about anybody else, where everybody else is at. It's been pretty much a wet week here. Was able to get out to the site today, did some drilling, and I don't think we're gonna be able to blast anything. Yeah, on one of my sites, we found some rock, and it's where a storm drain's going through, and I was going to get the blast something, but it might cost a little too much, so I have to offset the pipes a little bit. Okay. Hello, Brenda Watson. No static. So far, so good. Yes. All right. Everybody sees me. I'm live. You hear me? We're all good. We're ready to go. And let's kick in with the first subject of the night, and that is AEW video games. Now, I never did play this video game, so if you played the video game, let me know if you played it, what you thought about it. I think they keep upgrading it. Yeah, wet now, and yeah, it was cold. But yeah, if you play this game, let me know in the chat or in the comments, and let me know what you thought about it. I never did play this game, and wow. Anyway, the article reads like this: AEW remains committed to its first console video game, AEW Fight Forever, while expressing interest in producing more video games in the future. Released in June 2023, Fight Forever received mixed reviews, but marked a significant milestone for the wrestling promotion as it entered the gaming market. During an interview with Mr. Right Way, Tony Khan expressed the possibility of future AEW console games and the timeline for their development. And this is what Tony Khan said. Well, it's a great question. I think it's a great experience for us. I think it was a great experience for us, and now it's going to be something for AEW as a multimedia conglomerate and worldwide corporation. Definitely, it was a great first entry with AEW Fight Forever. People can still play AEW Fight Forever all over the world, and I think eventually, absolutely, will keep putting AEW games into the world. Khan emphasized AEW's current focus on supporting Fight Forever, noting ongoing updates and expansions. But right now, we're fully supporting the Fight Forever, and I'm excited about AEW Fight Forever. There's still more wrestlers and exciting things happening with the game, and I think there's a lot of opportunities in the world of gaming. To your point, developed by Ukes, Fight Forever set the foundation for AEW's foray into console gaming world. However, reports from September 2023 suggest AEW is considering a new development partner for future projects. AEW has also explored the mobile gaming market, releasing titles such as AEW Rise to the Top and Figure Fighters. Future showcasing its interest in diversifying its gaming portfolio. Karen Poole. Hey, Karen Poole. Joking. Got it. No reason to get it. I'll take that as that was a good game. Looks good. Lots of potential, but the plays everything, and that's the problem. So yeah, I've kind of in a few of the reviews I've seen and things I've seen on social media, everybody's kind of said not everybody. A lot of people kind of said the same thing. It's like it looks good, but the play's not that well. Um, oh, but yeah, the play's not that good. Um, so and the play is everything. And last one I bought was WWE 2K24, and I hate to admit it, I barely played that one. That was part of my 4 day Thanksgiving vacation, if you want to call it that, plan, but that plan wasn't fully fulfilled. Had other things I had to do and whatnot, but might be my Christmas Christmas vacation or staycation. I'm a party pooper sometimes. I just when you're always traveling and stuff like that, I tend to be like, okay, I'm done with the traveling. If I get a few days off, let me just stay. Let me realize that I actually live somewhere, not on the road or uh, in a hotel room. You know, I have been home, but that's going to change next week. So, yes, the world tour is going up to South Carolina, possibly starting next week. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I thought with Ukes being behind it and doing it, and Kenny Omega being uh kind of I won't don't want to say what do you think? Hmm. Kind of haven't just put eyes on it. I was going to say like a consultant or whatever, but I guess kind of that person looking at it, see it, what he kind of wants in a video game. Him being a gamer himself, there was like huge potential for this thing. Um, I'm still interested. There's supposed to be this other game called uh Code of Honor or Code of the, whatever. It's from Basement Games. It's been talked about ever since the pandemic. Really, at least the last 4 years, they've had a lot of talent, get signed on and come in and get their likeness put on it. But it has not. I have not heard. Or it's the Wrestling Code. The Wrestling Code. That's what it's called. The Wrestling Code. Um, maybe a little bit later. It's a little too much to look into, but yeah, that's the game I was really looking forward to coming out. Again, hit me up in the chat if you heard this game and been following it as well, and know when that's coming out because it looks like it had a lot of good names in it, and some of the promo videos they put on it, uh, showing some of the gameplay, it looked really good. Actually, looked better than Fight Forever. Uh, so I was really interested in that, and I thought it was cool because it's not a WWE game, or was it? What kind of thing that interests me about AEW Fight Forever, or when they started talking about the AEW game, I was like, first thing that grabbed my attention was it was Utes, and it did strike me. Okay, Kenny Omega is going to kind of has have his eyes on it and everything else, but then again, there a lot of changes happens during the course of uh 94, 2004, almost, yeah, 30 years. Lots of things changed in 30 years, so a lot of personnel who might have been with the Utes at the time, a lot of talent in the video game development uh, department is probably up and gone. So therefore, uh, just going to get sometimes you get by name alone, but I could kind of understand if they are looking at other developers. Don't know who, but because um, seems like I mean, even uh, it's going to be a GTA 6, and might be a few things wrong with that because the talent that was in Rockstar Games are not there no more. Supposedly, I don't keep up with gaming as much as I used to, but I imagine the same thing that happened with Utes and all that. The talent went somewhere else. If you find where the talent went to, or if they didn't retire or somewhere else, find out where the find out where the talent is. That's the key point. Find out where the talent went to, then talk to that company, and therefore you should get your a good game. Joking. Haven't heard anything in a while. Yeah, it's been a while. I know they talked about it, or I'm talking about the Wrestling Code game from Basement Game. Um, but yeah, that was one I was really looking forward to because it's going to have everything. It's going to have name wrestlers, of course, as well as great characters and stuff like that. I mean, anything that's not WWE. I mean, nothing wrong with WWE games. I what little I did play of WWE 2K24, I enjoyed it. So nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's kind of like wrestling. Period. You gotta want some alternatives and another another take on things. So that's just my. But hopefully one of these games can, hopefully that Wrestling Code does come out and it just knocks out the park. Nothing wrong with a little friendly competition. What's next? Apparently, Rey Fenix has been in the news. Rey Fenix. Let's see. It was reported in August 2024 that sources within AEW believe that Lucha Brothers, Penta, and Rey Fenix were expected to leave the company upon their contract expirations, with speculation pointing to a move to the WWE. However, which I did report that at the time here, but I think I did say something about. I've been a little snagging that. However, it was later revealed that AEW's president Tony Khan had decided to tack a injury time to Rey Fenix's contract. Probably I didn't because something must have came up, but I was really going to give, especially the AEW diehards, the ride or die with Tony Khan, and who crapped on the WWE for doing the same thing. And I'm not going to crap on Tony Khan for doing it. I mean, I didn't crap on WWE for doing it, so definitely not going to crap on AEW for doing this. I understand. You invest in TV time, money, and everything into a wrestler at this point, because I think they did. WWE did the same thing with Rey Mysterio a few years back. They tacked on some injury time because there's stuff I know it's kind of old school. You don't want to borrow Cody Rhodes' phrase, but finish the story out or put some people over to elevate people on you. And that was things that's been done in wrestling business forever. You put somebody over, elevate them as you're going out the door. Because there's people put you over, and plus, I mean, you don't want you put the time and the money in a wrestler, then their contract expires while they're injured and sent at home. So it's like then they want to jump ship. Yeah, so I kind of understand. But hey, this couple shows here and there, put some people over, then do whatever. So I kind of I understand that. It's kind of like working a 2-week notice in a regular job. Basically, you're there to kind of keep filling that void until they get somebody else in there or hire somebody else to kind of take over what you're doing. So I that's why I kind of look at it as like in a real world, it's like leaving a 2-week notice. You don't. Now some employers will be like, "Hey, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice. What do you want? How you want to deal with this? You want me keep working? I keep working, do whatever." And sometimes they just say, "You don't want to be here, so go home." But, I don't know how much they do that now. I mean, granted, I've been working at the same place for years. Next year, uh, but if I did, if I was to leave, I'd give it 2 weeks notice. And I'd probably be like, hey, don't mind staying around and kind of get somebody, we'll hire somebody, or we got somebody who's ready to kind of fill your role and kind of go with them what you've been doing. And once I get set up all good, then congratulations, and don't burn any bridges and all that good stuff. Just say adios, and uh, don't don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Yes, I don't. I doubt my boss. Uh, he's uh he's not like he's all business. Every night I've gotten where I get a couple of chuckles out of him every now and then, but not many. Uh, he he's one of these. He'll if we're he. I remember last. I know I'm starting to digress, but anyway, last year we had a usual Christmas luncheon, whatever, and me and another technician with the owner of the company. After everybody's kind of gone and uh, done whatever, we were sitting there talking shop. It's like nothing about really nothing about very little about personal stuff, but mostly it was like 10 minutes of personal stuff, 90% of shop. This job's coming up, that job's yada yada. Anyway, so I digress. So anyway, recently Ray Fenix made headlines with a series of posts on his social media account, X. In one post, he wrote, I will have my chance to speak the truth, followed by a second message saying no one stays in a place where they received inhuman treatment. He later added, I needed a doctor, and you ignored me for months. Wow. So apparently, Saint Tony the Con is not the saint that everybody, or not that some people think he is. So, um, again, I'm not there. I'm just reporting. During a Q&A session hosted by Sporkita.com's Backstage Pass Patreon, insight was shared regarding the reaction to Phoenix's comments. One participant noted hearing that there were those in the WWE that were surprised yesterday with Phoenix's tweets. Not to say that they're not interested anymore. I'm not sure that didn't change, but there are some eyebrows raised over those tweets, especially if those are going to be put that out there publicly. I think WWE is going to do some digging into what's going on. So the Dr. One, my phone started to buzz a little bit afterwards about just a surprise from a few WWE staffers that really didn't have a pulse on what may or may not be going on over there with Rey Fenix. So I just think it raised eyebrows throughout the world, throughout the whole wrestling world, and it did certainly, in Stanford. Phoenix's post had sparked, significant speculation across the wrestling industry, with many wondering about the implications of his future. So, not really a good. I understand that point. It's like it's not really a doesn't shed a good light on you if you're already airing some dirty laundry about the place you worked at. I mean, you're leaving, so therefore, and because I mean, like CM Punk for like years, he just aired all kind of grievances about WWE. For a decade till he went back. So again, I don't work there. I don't know what's going on. Uh, Maybe it's one of those he was injured and he said, "Hey, I'm injured. I need to get some stuff looked at." And he's been gone for a while, so apparently, hopefully, the injuries are uh, healed up as best as possible because dude's a hell of a talent. Uh, what definitely in the AEW when both Lucha Brothers ever since yeah, see him in TNA, see him in a little bit in Lucha. I didn't watch a whole lot of Lucha Underground because I could never keep up when it came on and whatnot. Um, but watched a few of their things on YouTube and stuff like that, and I thought they're team. Phoenix, hell of a talent. Definitely could have fit well with uh, either LWO uh, or who probably some. I guess you can call it dream matches of kind of one of those passionate short matches with Rey Mysterio and Rey Fenix a little bit, but so I think he's a little bit better. I would say more. He's more than a little bit better than Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee is a hell of a talent too, but something about Rey Fenix just makes him a whole lot better. I can't really might be just because Rey Fenix to me has more of the it factor than um, Dragon Lee. Like I said, but you're gonna have possibly both Lucha Brothers, Penta there as well. So you got a hell of a tag team, and when they're looks like they're trying to do some things with the tag team division. Well, especially on SmackDown, they're kind of playing hot potato. Not really hot potato too much with the tag team belts there, but a little bit trying to get some stories going and stuff like that. The World Tag Team belts that are on Raw. Well, I think they're about to be defending next week on Raw, but that's the first time it's probably been twice in 1 month. It's been a couple times they defended it, but they've kind of included that in the storyline because Finn Balor is going for the World Heavyweight Championship. More on that later. Uh, so hopefully he didn't go on there, especially this time. Don't I think this is the first time he's probably gone on social media and kind of said something. So therefore, they might kind of overlook it. You probably, because people get human nature, especially this day of social media. People get a little bit angry, so therefore, they ain't really had nobody to talk to. So it's like, oh, here's social media. F my boss. Screw these people. Kiss my ass. Whatever. Uh, then people like he did. I guess somebody called him and said, "Hey, man, calm it down a little bit. Let's talk." And after a conversation with somebody, it's like, so like I said, uh, is that going to be maybe a strike, half a strike, maybe a ball? A little bit. I was like, foul tip, right? Okay, we'll give you that. But let's not go overboard with the going on social media and airing dirty laundry and stuff like that. Joe King, still a fan, whatever said, watched the match today during lunch with the Lucha Bros. Fuck that Rampage. Damn, yeah. I mean, Lucha Bros is a hell of a tag team. I mean, and even Rey Fenix by himself, hell of a talent. I mean, WWE, they're probably going to tell them, take her down a notch. But I mean, that's just in their best interest. I mean, they're getting this talent here, so it's like, okay, we don't take, we're not going to take everything away, but we're just going to take her down a notch. Maybe not do your whole repertoire in one match in first 5 minutes. Let's just build up to this and build up to that. I think they'll do good. I think they'll hopefully they get a good reaction. I think they will. I'm not sure if their plan is to send it to NXT first. That really wouldn't surprise me if they did that, but they didn't do it for the Motor City Machine Guns, which have already, you know, they kind of, Motor City Machine Guns have kind of been around for a while, uh, so they probably already toned it down a little bit. Uh, But yeah, so like I said, they'll probably tone it down just a little bit. Then they had to they have put on better matches than the majority of the roster. Yeah, I mean they do. I mean, uh, but you got those matches where yes, I mean it's here's uh Penta and Orange Cassidy trading no sell Canadian destroyers. Don't think they're gonna do too much of that in the WWE. Not saying they never do. Not saying they have times where somebody didn't sell as well or not as good as they should have, but some of that I won't say few or far between, but not as bad as Cena every week on uh, Dynamite or Rampage. I ain't watch. I can't even remember last time I watched Collision. To tell you the truth, I'm sorry, I'm a bad wrestling fan, and uh, that Collision is coming to Athens, Georgia. I need to look into that this weekend. It's going to be on Saturday. Athens, Georgia. I might bring back some memories. Maybe. I doubt it. Heard Athens changed in recent. Anyway, let's. Oh, let me. I'm gonna skip one for now. But speaking of AEW, if you did watch Dynamite last night, Tony Storm made her return, and it wasn't the timeless Tony Storm. It was the old school um, Tony. Yeah, gotta go. I mean, I don't think tickets gonna be that expensive. I think the one day I did look, that was rude. Uh, scratching my ear. Sorry. Hopefully y'all still with me. Yeah, I need to learn how to move stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think the one day I looked on there, I think tickets were 50, but maybe they'll go down as time progresses. But anyway, yes. Speaking of AEW, last night Tony Storm made a return. It was just right at the end of the show. Mariah May defeated Mimi Makayama, got her last name. Because I'm actually doing this. Uh, but her old music, not the timeless music, no black and white screens or anything like that. Just basically that's from last night. She came out and looked a little. I mean, she got a great uh, ovation from the crowd, and she almost looked to be taken back a little bit. It's like, oh, I really didn't expect this. Uh, but yeah, had the little eye makeup thing and her jacket and the gear, everything. Back to the old Tony Storm. So figure this will will go on. I think she was going to be off to take care of some little bit of nagging injuries and stuff like that. Then had that rematch with Mariah May, and whatever happens for that, who knows? Maybe win the belt again, or put Mariah May over again, and maybe build somebody else up. And not sure who they're gonna build up since it seems like Mercedes Moné has kind of ran over everybody, or ran over all the whole women's division in AEW. So not sure who they can get to elevate up, if they really know how to do that, or if the fans care. But yeah, good to see Tony Storm back. As the old, this is a Tony Storm I first liked and seen on the Mae Young Classic and all that. She was a hell of a talent. Uh, just she wasn't WWE, their schedule stuff like that wasn't her thing. AEW was there. She went there. Can't fault anybody. Uh, I mean, just take responsibility. I mean, just say, hey, just tell the truth. Say this. Tony Khan is going to give me a lighter schedule, about the same amount of money or more, and I'm going to go there. Can't fault the person. Who would do that? I mean, if you out there, somebody told you and said, look, I pay same salary a year, but you can work less, would you do it? Unless you just really like the spot you in. Yeah, for the mental breakdown, if it was that. I mean, I think I was pretty harsh on her too. I think that all happened before I even started doing this and talked to friends about it. I was pretty harsh about it. It's like, I mean, you got the job, then here's what I feel about it. Okay, say I'm training to be a wrestler. I want to be in WrestleMania. I want to be the main event wrestler. I want to be the top guy. I want to be the top guy in WWE. I know what lies ahead of me. The schedule's going to be tough. If you're going to be a top guy, you gotta do this. I mean, except for stay in shape, avoid getting injured, but sometimes. And the personal appearances, the talk show loop, the radio show loop, plus the house shows, plus the pay-per-views, plus whatever brand you're going to be on. Your schedule. I mean, I don't think it's as bad as it was, say, 20 years ago, or definitely not 30 years ago when they still, pumped out house shows and stuff like that. But you're going to have a tough schedule. So you got to mentally prepare yourself. Even if you got to kind of in a way, try to physically prepare yourself. To say, okay, let's see, their schedule is this, so I know I need to get up at 5 a.m. and go do something. Go to the gym, do this, get in the car, and drive around traffic like normal people. Then do other stuff. And that's how you get. Anyway, you try to physically prepare yourself, and definitely mental. It's like, okay, this is the life I want. I'm going to go for it. So when you get it and you get those breaks and they're trying to pump you up to be a top star, don't sit there and be like, oh, this is too much for me all of a sudden. Because you know what you had it. You know what to expect going into. It's like, remember when you were kids, you had a bicycle, and you made a ramp, and I mean, even being a kid, it's like, okay, this is gonna be so freaking cool, but could get hurt. But the cool factor is like, screw that, I'm going for it. And you did it, and you made it, and you made it. And maybe that one time you fell off and got hurt, skinned your knee or whatever. It hurt. You might cry a little bit, but dust yourself off and go do it again. Because even being a kid, you're thinking, okay, I could get hurt, but in my mind, the cool factor is going to override the getting hurt part. And of course, if you break your arm or something like that, your mom, dad might get a little mad. Depends on what generation. Yeah, she couldn't handle the grind. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you like Will Ospreay, he had two companies looking for him. He had WWE, which had a lot of grind. Still, even now, even though their schedule, I don't think is as bad as it used to be, compared to AEW, one maybe two shots a week. Then they'll fly you home back to England every week. You come in Wednesday, do your shot, maybe stay the rest of the week. There's a pay-per-view. Not sure if he's done that many rampages or collisions. Then he goes home. Stays until, I mean, if he does collision, a Saturday. They don't do house shows. They don't think that. Yeah, they don't do house shows. So he had a choice right there. He didn't want to do. So, no offense, he didn't want to do the WWE grind, Rob. So therefore, he took this one. not shaming you, but don't go on TV. And when you're may or may not be called it, because Triple H didn't mention you by name. He just said, "Hey, some people don't want to do the grind, so they go somewhere else, or they choose the other company." You want and Triple H like, "Look, if you don't want to be here, fine. Other people's going to want to be here." He didn't want to be there, therefore he went to AEW. He shot himself in the foot by well, he didn't do himself any favors by going. It didn't do AEW any favors by going on TV and saying the same old BS about Triple H, uh, you know, dating the boss's daughter and marrying her. It's been done time and time again. And anybody in that crowd that night went, "Oh!" It's like, really? People have been saying that about Triple H for what? Nearly 30 years as well. We've all heard that. But guess what? Triple H was there the whole time, except for the times where he was injured, learned the business, and look where he's at now. I mean, remember, folks, when there was still the main roster, WWE, and Triple H was doing the original Black and Gold NXT, y'all raved about that. So, like I said, don't it makes you look bad. I hate to go back and talk about this again, but it made you look bad, and it doesn't do your company not one. Like I said, whoever, if it wasn't Tony Khan who okayed it, but if Will Ospreay asked like an agent to have one, can I do this? And they say, yeah, both of them fired, gone. I'm not here. I mean, that would be like my thing right there. If I was head of a company, or say if I had, total authority, of the company, uh, a CEO of a company, Tony Khan is there to, basically, write the checks, uh, or a CEO or a general manager or something like that. My thing would be, look, this is AEW. We don't care what TNA does. We don't care what New Japan does. We don't care what, damn sure don't care what WWE does. We don't talk about that. We talk about AEW. When you're doing your interviews with other podcasters or magazines or anything else, anything like that, and they ask you anything about WWE, your answer is simple. They do what they do. I don't care. I'm here to talk about AEW. I'm here to put over AEW. This is where we wrestle. We're the best wrestle, I guess. That's their little logo now. And if you go on TV and stuff like that, like I said, if it was, I don't care what your contract says, you're fired. I ain't paying not one red cent. You might want to go kiss. You might want to go back to New Japan or whatever. You might want to sit there and see if they can pay you what I was going to pay you, because for some reason you didn't want to go there. I guess you want to make a big splash in North America. So now it's like, you're done with us, buddy. You don't have to put up with the grind now. And same here. It's like, she had her mental breakdown, couldn't handle the grind, whatever. But you should, before you go into it, you should know what to expect. Especially when you want to. It's like anything entertainment. Movie star, rock star, or music star, anything, stuntman, or stunt person. Excuse me, stunt person. There's going to be some things you're going to have to stay in shape. You're going to have to eat right, make sure you look good, rehearse your roles, keep learning your craft. That's another thing. Keep learning your craft, and be smart about how you, especially if you're in a public eye. Excuse me, take three. Public eye. You need to learn how to make this. Learn how to say the right things where it's not going to piss. because you're look at yourself as your company and be like, okay, I'm in an entertainment business. What's going to piss off half my audience? Okay, this will. Okay, where are my opinions is on this that might piss off half of my customers? I'm leaving that at home. I'll talk about this, friends and private stuff like that. Public, I ain't doing it. Anyway, enough about that. But anyway, uh, good to see Tony Storm. And I mean, she seems better. She seems to be not mentally broken down. Uh, like I said, it's a couldn't handle it. So fine, nothing against her. At least now there's another company right now. I mean, because I'm not going to be one of these people that say, "Oh, AEW's going down." I hope they never go down. Because yes, right now there's little problems I have with them, but but I understand now they had their niche. So I'm kind of like, okay, they have their niche as far as this. I'll, as a fan, will say, because I'm not, like I said, a couple weeks ago, I thought there was a good show, but the pros, I mean, nothing against them, nothing against the Jim Cornettes or Eric Bischoffs or anything like that. They worked in the rest of the business. I haven't. So I'm just watching this as a fan. So if I think, okay, this is a pretty good show. This did my Dynamite recap from this week. Decent show. I don't care for the Continental Classic. I don't care for that Diamond Ring bullshit. But other than that, what a bad show. Anyway, let's move on. Gosh, God. How did I get in these long rants about AEW? Why come y'all let me do that shit? I got more shit to talk about here. So let's talk about another AEW talent, Ricochet. This won't take long. Seems like he's trying to be somewhat a cocky heel now on TV and got booed for it. Anyway, Ricochet recently shared his perspective on his transition from WWE to AEW during an interview with a wrestling podcast reflecting on his decision. He expressed nothing but confidence and optimism about his new chapter in AEW. I personally think absolutely. I think I made the 100% correct choice, and it's been amazing so far. Ricochet said, just being in the back with the boys and talking to Tony Khan and being able to go out there and start to tell stories and really get people involved, I think it's been awesome so far. Acknowledging that his journey is just beginning, Ricochet shared his excitement for what lies ahead. This is literally just the beginning. It's just started, so there's still so much more to happen. There's still so much more story, so many more matches, so much more to do. And I came here because everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to win the championship. I had my chance, and it didn't happen yet, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen eventually. But 100%, I am. But I 100% am happy, so happy with this decision I made. So, see, this is key point on what I said. If things are not working out for you on a company, and you want to make that life changing, that good money, at least now there's somewhere else to go. Kind of like, I don't want, I'm not going to say product, but back when you had the Monday Night Wars, you had WWF, WCW. Things weren't working out pretty good in the WWF, then Ted Turner, see what happens there. And you still make good money if things happen the right way. Joe King said, sorry, I still only see him as a mid-card wrestler. Maybe in WWE he is, but maybe eventually in AEW he can become a little more to mid-card. because they're not exactly pushing a Brody King or a Powerhouse Hobbs. Where's where's that one guy? I forgot his name. Wardlow. Where's Wardlow at? Not exactly they're pushing those guys. They're some big bastards. They look like wrestlers. They look like they can kick They look like they can kick the whole roster. And take turns doing it. Like you put Brody King in there, sit there and say, all right, first 15 guys, come try it. And he'll like legitimately probably looks like he could whip 15 uh 15 members of the roster. He's like, okay, go drink a beer now. Who wants to try now? Wardlow? Okay, Wardlow, come in here. He takes out 15. I can see him actually taking out 15. Then Powerhouse Hobbs is like, hey, you want to legitimately beat up 15 more people from our roster? Because we got a deep roster here. We still got Ring of Honor people we can do that to. In Powerhouse Hobbs, man, I just, leave that whole Ring of Honor to Claudio. Because I'm pretty sure he can legitimately beat up all those people. Let's see. He is still missing something, and he will never have it. Who's that? Ricochet or Wardlow? Or any of the people I just mentioned? Brody King. Brody King. Not like a huge fan of his, but I think there's something to him. Uh, he's like I think I can be more okay. Oh, Ricochet. That might be his promos. Uh, but like I was saying, there it wasn't working out in the WWE for him, so he went somewhere else to be a big star to have the top be a top person, be the world champion. Works out for him there, fine, great move. But 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I don't know how long his contract is. If he doesn't become world champion or kind of just flounders like everybody else, what are you gonna do? I mean, maybe he's going to join MVP's group, and I think him and Shelton Benjamin make a pretty good tag team. And that's two more guys, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I believe they can. If wrestling was not predetermined, I think they can whip the whole roster uh, by themselves or together. It didn't. Hey, even Billy Gunn at 60 something years, I think it's about 60 or something like that. But I digress on that. It's like I said, I understand it's a niche. It's video game wrestling. That's what it is. Some of it looks good, and like I said, like I said before, uh, them not producing well as far as live events, it's a tragedy, I think, because they live shows are really freaking. It's better to watch an AEW show live than it is on TV. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is seeing the acrobatics in front of you instead of on TV. I mean, the circus, Railing and Brother, the gymnastics, or even the gymnastics you see on TV. I never went to a gymnastics event. No, I never have. I've seen like high school gymnasts and stuff like that do little. It looks amazing what they do. I'm pretty, but you watch on TV, it's like, okay, let's go on TV. But about 5 minutes though, it's like, okay, I'm bored. But seeing it live is just it's something else. They should at least be packing it, even if they are tapings, uh, especially Dynamite, since that's the main show. They should be packing the place out. Yes, they have something. Special, yeah. He has something, but something this sometimes it connects and sometimes it don't. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Lashley, I mean, he looks like $1,000,000. You look at his resume, yeah, legitimate ass kicker. Wrestling college and the army or military. I think was he army? I'll just say military. But wrestled in the military. Did MMA after his first stint in the WWE. Uh, but yeah, dude's legit. Um, Maybe that's it. I think Lashley needed someone like MVP to kind of do the talking, and he just goes in there, kind of like Paul Heyman is to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. Uh, After Paul Heyman went with Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar became pretty entertaining. Uh, but, but yeah, like I said, you do want that company like an AEW there just to have wrestle, place like say in reverse now. Well, Jay Cargill, for some reason, um, she didn't want to be in AEW no more. She had a choice, so she tried her hand at WWE. Nothing wrong with that. That's not like she can't go back to AEW. I think she's still fairly young. Um, but now, I mean, you got Powerhouse Hobbs. Maybe eventually he'd be like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to be successful. Dude's a big, big dude. He's a big, big man. Or as Arn Anderson would say, that's all man right there. That's what he would say about Ron Simmons and a few others. Steve Williams, Steiners. Um, but but yeah, uh, how's the big boy? He's probably like, hold on one. Speaking of, I need a commercial. I need a commercial timeout. But anyway, um, was that? Yeah. So Hobbs might be like, you know what? Let's get this WWE try. Uh, they had to send me to NXT first, and then maybe for myself, I'll do it because if he is honest with himself, he will realize that hey, I'm still kind of green at this. Let's see. I think AEW hangs their hat on wrestling a little too much. Dogs WWE for being entertainment. Most fans want to see entertainment. Yes, they do. So they, when you have the entertainment, you got the storylines and stuff like that. And if you really go back and watch, even the territory days, uh, okay, you don't have the bright lights, big city stuff like that, celebrities in and out. Um, but they would have actually stories going through, and probably a little faster pace because they got to, or somewhat slow, maybe not so fast paced because they would they had their tapings, then they will have their weekly show, whatever their shows during the week, then the big show, say like Georgia at the Omni or WWF or WWF, Madison Square Garden, but this is during Hulkamania. Um, but but they did storyline. Like I said, probably not the glitz and glamour and stuff like that, but some of them would have, hey, starting a story here, and a story here. If I gotta do a plan B or C or something, because something might happen, or hey, when somebody leaves, I guess what I gotta end that storyline. They gotta put whoever they're feuding against over and bon voyage. Hold on one. Yeah, just sitting here talking about work stuff like that. Here's the boss. Talk amongst yourself. Yeah, or like I said, just remind me of my train of thought. I'll get this text out, and then we'll get back to the fun. I guess I should edit this out. But, just keep the time on me. It's 7:19 now. Yeah. Oh, one. Okay, 1-0. When I see that one, I was like, "What? I've been babbling this whole time, and I only got 7 minutes out of it." I said some good. Pardon my language. I said some good shit earlier. I thought some in depth stuff, like deep stuff. Okay, probably not that. I don't know. Let me know, chat. Was it pretty deep? Anything I said earlier before the boss man interrupted me? Probably said not dogging him for it. I just put him over for it. I'm not talking shop, so I'm not burying him. But he is interrupting my show. I'm trying to be. I'm gonna tell him right now. Sorry, boss. I'm trying to be a star now. Yeah. Let me finish this. 15 trains of thought. Uh, anyway, back to our regular schedule program. So yeah. Huh. Deep, bruv. There we go. Okay, now back at it. Well, okay, yeah. So enough of that. I'm just glad that there's places for them to go. That's kind of, I think that's part of the reason I always gave TNA, especially when it started. Uh, I thought TNA was good when it started. Um, I kind of feel out of sync, out of sync with it when uh, Hogan came in, Bischoff, Nasty Boys. Anyway, let's go to something else. Let's talk about Trish the Dish Stratus. Let's see. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus is once again stirring up speculation about a return to the ring, hinting at a possible comeback in 2025, which marks the 25th anniversary of her debut with the company. The legendary superstar has been named a specific opponent, or excuse me, legendary superstar has even named a specific opponent she hopes to face before hanging her boots up for good. In a recent conversation with SI The Takedown, Trish Stratus reflected on what it would take to return, emphasizing the need for a meaningful and innovative storyline. Uh, Trish will go on to explain, I have to be able to deliver 100%. Then also, it has to be something challenging and different for the fans, and it has to do something and mean something. To leave off on this epic moment that's memorable, the people talk about it. It's hard, like what can top that? Trish also expressed the importance of collaboration and creating a storyline that works for all parties involved. I think it's like examining the landscape and seeing what works best for everyone. She continued, there's so many parties to consider. The person that is in the storyline, the WWE, it's really collaborative. Fans are now eagerly speculating on who her ideal opponent might be and what her potential return could mean for the WWE Women's Division in 2025. I thought the storyline with her and Becky Lynch, I thought that was pretty good. It was a pretty good way to put, you know, Becky Lynch over. I think Becky Lynch may be back next year. I think that's the rumor in innuendo. What else do I think? I like this have thing about work. Sorry for the intertwining, but anyway, I thought that was good. Um, who would y'all like for Trish Stratus to work with besides Rhea Ripley? I think Rhea Ripley would probably be number one. It would be a feather in her cap, but does she really need it? It would be nice on her resume, yes, but Rhea Ripley is so freaking over. She is so freaking over. It's unreal. Um, Tiffany Stratton, maybe. Um, Zoe Stark now. She's kind of in that in a group with Shayna Baszler and what's her name? But that group, I wish they would push them for the tag belt. I don't know how hurt Jake Cargill is. Liv Morgan would be another one. Yeah. Um, I mean, it's got to be. It's going to have to be a. I mean, maybe her and Bailey. Why not? But it's got to be. It's either got to be a star or like Tiffany Stratton. She's over. She's right there. Uh, uh Gotta think of like one more program. I mean, her. As much as I like Io Sky, I would say no to Io Sky. Even though I'm pretty sure they can, I would give them the benefit of the doubt they can make it work. But in my mind right now, I don't think a program with her Io will work. Be a good match because freaking Io's getting really popular right now, and her matches are just on point. Yeah, Liv is now like uh sometimes you are the company you keep. So her and Dominique, they're on par, man. They're both getting booed. They didn't like the way they treated Rhea Ripley. I mean, that tells you right there how over Rhea Ripley is. She went 100% babyface, but even though she would be cheered while Dominic was being booed, but then when they turned, it made sense. It was good because the crowd loves Rhea Ripley, and it was easily to Liv Morgan be right there and people to boo her. And that was kind of starting to do it, especially when she was feuding with Rhea Ripley. And she has Raquel Rodriguez. Yep. She has herself a hit woman, a hit for hire woman. I'm glad she's doing better. Speaking of Raquel Rodriguez, hopefully get a few more matches under her belt. She was never a 5-star worker, but I've seen her do better. But it was a decent match between her and Rhea Ripley on Monday. But yeah, it'll definitely be interested who would she want to feud with somebody like Tiffany Stratton to get her over the hump, or she wants to feud with a bonfire star Bailey. I think it will work pretty good. Liv Morgan, yes, bring Trish Stratus back as a babyface, which I'm sure as soon as her music hits, people will forget what she did, and boom, everybody's going to cheer for her again. But man, she was. When Stratus came back and turned heel, that worked like a charm, and she did that so freaking well. Saying, crowd should be thanking Trish Stratus. That was just over like over. All right. So now the WWE is reporting taping new AEW show featuring some up-and-comers, legends, and future greats. They said it should premiere early 2025. And one person in particular, this dude right here, he's Elijah Holyfield, the son of Evander Holyfield. He was former running back for the Georgia Bulldogs. If you see this dude with a shirt on, dude is an absolute. Even though his measurements are, they say he's like 5'10" and a half or something like that, or they say 5'10". I think his draft weight was 217. Look at that dude now. That dude's built. I think he's probably a little bigger than his dad. But anyway, here's the report right here. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful has reported WWE is currently taping for a new A&E show. That's an AEW show. A&E show. As earlier in the day on December 10th, sources indicated that the match would be filmed for the project, with one source claiming that Elijah Holyfield will be involved. Holyfield, who recently signed it with the WWE, is the son of boxing legend Evander Holyfield. WWE announced Elijah's signing just weeks ago, making his involvement in the tapings noteworthy. This news also follows WWE's recent announcement of the new competition series, WWE LFG Legends of Future Greats, set to debut on A&E into 2025. Evander Holyfield previously appeared in WWE, competing on Saturday night's main event in 2007. Elijah Holyfield, before transitioning to wrestling, had a career in football, playing for the University of Georgia. I believe, got drafted by the Carolina Panthers. Then went to the Eagles and Bengals. And I don't think it was the. I think like a cup of coffee in the main squad. Usually it was a practice squad where he ended up. But hey, this is old school wrestling right here. Go back and look at some of these old school wrestlers' bios. They were football players or something like that. And either they weren't making enough money in the NFL, like Wahoo McDaniel, Ernie Ladd, and they're like, oh, let me get this wrestling thing and try. And crazy as it might seem, I do believe they were making more money wrestling than they were playing football. Again, this wasn't at the time of those huge $1 million contracts and stuff like that. But some of them was like, okay, they didn't get drafted, or they tried on a professional team, but it just didn't work out for them. So guess what? They ventured off into wrestling, and this is what's happened to this kid right here. I think he's, let's see, he's 27 years old. So this might be his. It almost seems like this show is going to be kind of like a. Remember how NXT first was? It was like a competition show. You're kind of like paired off with a legend or a main roster. A rookie was paired off with a main roster person, and they, would elevate that person. It almost seems kind of like that. I don't know if it's gonna be a touch of tough enough, maybe with that. I have no idea, but apparently they let it out that there was a taping and Holyfield was on there, so obviously they see something in this kid. I think again, legit athlete, football player, great physique. Looks like he's ready to run over somebody right now. So, good luck to the kid. Hopefully he does well. I think he says 27, so he's in NXT. He's learning the ropes, and by the time he gets there, usually they kind of do like it seems. I forgot what podcast I was listening to that were talking about this, but usually when they start kind of giving people pushes, and it's usually over 30 because you're mentally mature to handle things at that age. That's WWE feels. Um, so yeah, 3 years of NXT, maybe then a main roster, see how he gets over it, and if he keeps getting over within 5 years, he could be. We could be talking about Elijah Holyfield being a major player in the WWE. I mean, anything can't happen. It's, talking about 8 years from now. Could be talking about this kid, and guess will this be the first ever father being a boxing champion, son being a pro wrestling champion? Could be could make some headlines there, but it all depends on how he grasps the wrestling and how the fans take to him, and he learns how to do promos and all that good stuff. So, I mean, last name going. I mean, as the NFL has proven to him, the last name is only going to get you so far. And obviously, I guess he probably didn't want to do boxing. Vander Holyfield, he's probably got like 100 kids by 4 or 5 baby mamas. So I'm not sure which one this is. This is not. I kid. I just know with Vander Holyfield, I think he had a lot of baby mamas too. He had a lot of kids. That's the reason he had to stay in boxing as long as possible. Let's see. Speaking of programming for WWE, the WWE Network is, I think it's going to be shut down soon in England, which we don't have it here anyway. All the content right now is on Peacock, which I think is going to stay on Peacock for another couple of years, I believe. But anyway, with WWE Raw moving to Netflix, the fate of the legacy content, including WCW, ECW, and soon to be closed WWE Network, has now been revealed. It was recently announced on the WWE Network will be shutting down in the United Kingdom ahead of the January 6th premiere of WWE Raw on Netflix. While only Raw will move to Netflix in the United States, the situation differs internationally, where Netflix will become the exclusive home for WWE content. As the WWE Network closes its doors, the WWE Network offers not only current content, but also vast catalog of historic programming, including WCW, ECW territory shows, and documentaries. Now, Dave Meltzer has provided insight into the future of this legacy content when the WWE transitions to Netflix internationally. So it doesn't affect us internationally. On the Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer shared his thoughts on what fans can expect from WWE content library on Netflix. He stated, "People have been asking internationally when everything moves to Netflix, how much of the library are we going to see? And the answer is not much. All the current shows obviously will be on every week. This is international, not the United States. United States is only Raw. All the pay-per-views are going to be on Netflix. As far as your archives, there will be some, but very little on January 1st. When everything starts, they're going to have about roughly 40 pay-per-views. Will be only thing up, just intermittent, some recent, some years ago, but like 40-ish pay-per-views dating back to the Wrestling Classic, Tuesday in Texas, Rock Bottom. There'll be Royal Rumbles and WrestleManias, of course, Hell in a Cell, the Invasion pay-per-view, Evolution pay-per-view, the All Women's Show. Some of the ECW pay-per-views, December Remember, are going to be up there. So it's not like they picked based on, I think, they just blinded themselves and threw darts at a wall, and whichever name uh, they picked up, because it's not only they picked up the best pay-per-views or recent or anything. Clash of the Castles are going to be on. So anyway, the point is that it will only be when it starts on Netflix. There will be 40 pay-per-views. There will be no WCW, no Mid Atlantic, no Mid South, World Class, none of that tape library stuff, which people didn't really watch a lot of. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, so what's happened? But will be a few WrestleManias. There will be some old episodes of NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. All the new episodes airing live, of course. Meltzer also revealed that new content will be gradually added to the Netflix offering, adding there will be a second run of pay-per-views that will be released February 7th. I believe a couple of pay-per-views, Stomping Grounds, Vengeance, Insurrection, Champions, Armageddon, not too many. And then on 31st, there will be some more pay-per-views. Netflix will slowly rolling out WWE pay-per-views and some archives of WWE programming. There will not be any programming from any other promotions on Netflix, at least for the first 4 or 5 months. That would suck. Glad I live here. But I think everything's still going to be on Peacock for the next few years. Next couple of years, I think. 2 or 3 years. I went from 2 to 3 or 4. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. How does he really know if anybody really watched it? I guess there's ways to look into it and see how much the old stuff people did watch. Which, I mean, granted, maybe younger fans probably didn't watch it as much. I watched it Netflix. And I did. You do the territories and old NWA and Mid Atlantic, Mid South. Throwing some cash for these music artists so we can have the real music, not this generic bullshit. That's my only gripe about it. But other than that, I said this only affects internationally, not us quite yet, because we still have, of course, Peacock. Let's say something. Anyway, all right, let's see. Speaking of programming and speaking of old programs, speaking of a relaunch of a program, this Saturday night will be the relaunch of Saturday night's main event. Yes, this will be the second relaunch. I did forget temporarily when I was doing the Raw recap show that there was a relaunch between 2006 and 2007. Didn't last long, but they're going to try it again. another relaunch here. It's going to be on NBC and the Peacock. Uh, looks like a pretty good card here. I mean, pay-per-view quality card, to tell you the truth. Not sure how things are going to turn out in this. So you're going to have the tournament finals for the inaugural WWE Women's United States Championship. It's either going to be Bailey. It's either going to be Bailey or Chelsea Green facing either Mitchin or Tiffany Stratton. Not sure why they would put Tiffany Stratton on this, even though she's like got the Money in the Bank briefcase, unless she makes it to the finals and somehow Nia Jax helps her lose, but tries to help her win type deal. And Tiffany Stratton finally cracks that briefcase upside that head and cashes it in and wins the WWE Women's Championship. I don't think you can go wrong with the finals here. I mean, I think Bailey Mitchin would do all right. Chelsea Green Mitchin be all right. Chelsea Green versus Stratton should be all right. Bailey Stratton should be okay. I guess if you're going to do a new championship, you might want to put on the most established person. I think the most established lady here is Bailey. There's a lot of fans saying, hey, don't need to put on somebody. But mention you get somebody that's somewhat established, but not quite over. Maybe putting that U.S. Championship on her to begin with might elevate her a little bit. I'm kind of mixed on the whole women's secondary championship deal, but pretty sure it'll work. I think they can make it work. If not, hey, oh well. At least they tried it. I mean, I think this is something fans have been kind of wanting. A few fans. I mean, I've seen on social media a few times that, hey, won't they have a women's United States or Intercontinental Championship? Now you're going to get both. First, the finals will be the United States Women's Champion. Is Misty Blue Sims still alive? Maybe they need to bring her as a special referee. Because she was the United States Women's Champion for the NWA. So therefore, a long time United States Women's Champion. She needs to be a special referee. They can find her. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. We got a match for the WWE Women's Championship. Going to be the champion Liv Morgan going against Io Sky. I would love to see Io Sky win it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I have no problem with Liv Morgan winning it, but it should be a good match. This could be dangerously close. Could be a show steal. I mean, Io Sky's been on point with her matches the last few weeks. Well, I mean, she's always pretty much on point, but man, she's been really, really, really cranking it lately. Like totally A+ game. So this should be pretty good. And the fans are going to be, they're totally supporting Io Sky. Definitely one of my favorites to watch right now as far as anybody in the women's division. We got a match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It's Gunther putting it up against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It was originally just Finn Balor, but after the events of Raw, where Damian Priest kind of came in and took care of some Judgment Day members, and then Gunther and him threw hands for a little bit. Then the Judgment Day let them both lane. So Adam Pearce said, "Hey, gave me an idea. Let's make this a fatal or triple threat match." So it's going to be Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. I don't see them taking off Gunther quite yet. I mean, it could happen. Um, now I have no problem seeing either Damian Priest or uh, Finn Balor take it. Because I mean, triple threat, you can do it without Gunther being beat. Uh, that way he can come back and say, "Look, you didn't beat me. You beat the other person, or you didn't pin me. You didn't submit me. You pinned or submitted the other person." Uh, I mean, Damian Priest has been improving lately. Uh, that's something that happens. You first get thrust in a push, especially a singles push. Might not be so great coming out, but uh, he's done the work and improved and got pretty okay on the mic. Fans totally dig the dude. Gets pretty good, reactions from the crowd. A good babyface reaction. And of course, Balor. I mean, I don't have no problem with him winning it either. Um, I mean, he is one half the tag team champions, but he ain't been them for age. I think once or twice. But maybe, and I think they're kind of teasing maybe a split again with the Judgment Day. Maybe they might be disbanding the group, um, or maybe two different sections. It'd be Ben and JD with maybe Carlito or Carlito and Dominique with the two ladies, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Not sure what's going to go on there, but maybe it's one of those things that kind of run its course now. And like I said, maybe or that's how they're going to kind of break them up. Something might happen. Uh, might cost Finn Balor the world title, then uh, lose out on the world tag team titles as well. Uh, Also has Sami Zayn going against Drew McIntyre. I'm a big fan of Drew McIntyre. I don't mind seeing him Claymore kick Sami's head up off the shoulders. Sami's over, but yeah, not a huge fan of him. More of a fan of Drew McIntyre, most definitely. Then, of course, I guess the main event that night is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And I think they did a little thing where Triple H has something in a briefcase and might be the wing gold belt or something like that. Not the big gold belt, but the wing belt, uh, which in the first incarnation of Saturday Night's main event, first year or so, year or two, it was it was just I like the belt that Hogan wore like WrestleMania 2 and 3. I like that one. Nothing against the wing belt, but that one looks good too. But some reason a lot of fans love that wingtip belt for some reason. But I see Cody walking out again with that. Some people thinking it's time for him to drop it, but they might save that for WrestleMania against whoever, maybe Solo, maybe Roman again. Who knows? Uh, I mean, it's not like Kevin Owens has not been WWE Universal Champion or U.S. Champion and all this. Yeah, uh, the Universal Champion. Don't. I'm not sure. He was never just WWE Champion. Was this Universal? No biggie. Yo, what's up, Jackson Fishing? Yes, I'm from the South. I know it's fishing, but I'm from the South, so it's fishing. How you doing this evening, Mr. Fishing? But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Dakota keep it. I mean, Owens is okay, but I'm not sure what their end game here. Might be just one of those. Owens might be a transition champion. Uh, maybe wins it, then maybe drop it to Orton. Maybe I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Think Cody's going to win it? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be. I don't think. I mean, that's the only scenario I can kind of see. This Owens being kind of transitional champion. Yeah, I don't see why they need to take the championship off of Cody yet. I said maybe WrestleMania. Solo Sikoa has been impressing me a lot. I mean, dude can talk, dude can work. And oh my god, I mean, I said it in the in Survivor Series recap, which you can go check out after this show. I said that man, Jacob Fatu, the way they're pushing him as a kind of a monster, they're doing a damn good job. Sells just enough to where then he pops up and go, okay, what do you got now? I'm ready to go. And that dude can freak. I mean, he's a lot lighter than what he used to be. And when he was, even heavier, he can move. But man, he's got a whole lot better movement nowadays. Dropped a lot of it. And he does look like he can freaking just run right through you. Of course, he's Samoan too. That kind of, sells it for me. That he's probably, he's definitely a legit badass. But yeah, like I said, to me, that Liv Morgan and Io Sky, that could damn sure will be the match of the night, the show stealer right there. If Io could do what she keeps doing, Liv Morgan, she's not a flash in the pan. She can go as well. Uh, and I mean, definitely know because I mean, Liv Morgan, she's been such a great heel lately. Uh, and people can always, for some reason, quickly can uh get behind Io Sky. And that, the fans gonna be like pumped for that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it is definitely a pay per view quality card. Uh, Now the old Saturday Night's main event, from what I remember, um, I guess you can call it. They were like pretty much, it was set up something, but they were more house show quality. I mean, because that's the way it was back then. You didn't see, uh, say Hulk Hogan and uh, Cowboy Bob Orton on TV. Barely see Hulk Hogan on your weekly WWE or WWF Superstars or Wrestling Challenge or whatever. They'd give a promo, but you had to go if you want to see Hulk Hogan wrestle. You had to go pay to see him. And like especially in that era too, it's like Flair would rarely wrestle on TV as well as Dusty for a long time. Until of course, they did the classic champion shows and like so what about you guys? What matches are you guys looking forward to? And are y'all going to check out Saturday night's main event? Because like I said, it looks like a pretty good card. Um, I mean, I know that the Gunther, Balor, and Priest match should be pretty good. The Drew and Zayn, I mean, yeah, the Drew and Zayn match is going to be pretty good. Anything else I had on tap for tonight? All right, did I miss anything? Anything anybody want to yap about? Oh, speaking, I think I'll let me look back on it. Uh, for tomorrow night's watch along on Wrestling Gold Friday night, I think it's going to be. It's not going to be the first Saturday night's main event, but it might be the second. I think that's the only one I can see on YouTube. I'll have to go back and uh, kind of look, but yeah, I think because I think it's an hour and 5 minutes or something like that. Uh, try not to keep everybody up too late on Friday, especially me. But I think, don't quote me on that. I think it's going to be the. I think I know I couldn't find the first Saturday night's main event. I'm talking about the first ever, like 85, 86. Well, actually, there is the first one, but it's I think it's somebody playing video. So yeah, so tomorrow night's watch along. Uh, you might have a YouTube commercial. I don't know if they'll have. I guess I can kind of look through here. No, by the way, speaking of this dawned on me, Jesse Ventura will be doing some color commentary for this Saturday's Saturday night event. So yeah, I don't think it's. Oh, okay, yeah, this one might be interesting. We'll get to make fun of some shit. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, tell you what, your choice. Uh, either the second one that will feature the wedding of Uncle Elmer, or the fourth one, which I think is all matches. And uh, yeah, I don't. From what I can see, it's not going to have. It's not going to have the original commercials as far as uh, like whatever commercials they had in 1985. But now YouTube commercials, yeah, you got. I mean, if you don't have the premium, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with that. Other than that, So y'all want to watch a wedding with your wrestling show, or do you want uh just wrestling with your wrestling show? Oops. Oh, but yeah, should be a lot of interesting matches for us this week's revamp Saturday night's main event. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the fourth episode, which was originally aired December 19th, 1985. Keep with keep with the wrestling thing. I don't want to sell people having to watch a wedding. And apparently that was actually a legit wedding. Uncle Elmer, that was his legit wife there till whenever. But like I said, we're gonna go with we're gonna go with episode 4. It is saved up and off here. I'll set the whole show up. Well, not set the whole show up. Get scheduled and everything, and I'll be fine and game. Anyway, I think that does it for me for this week's Spot Show live stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate your patience when I had the guy sign my paycheck, talk to me. I think that was from I think it was only like, or he texted me, he didn't call. I think it was 5 minutes roughly. But next time I think tomorrow. Boss man, Thursday nights, 8 o'clock till whenever. I'm trying to be a star. He might get a chocolate, but yeah, you will have a YouTube commercial, but not like back in '85. By the commercials you'll see, they'll be current. But yeah, like I said, that's for me tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Catch me tomorrow night for Wrestling Gold Friday night, where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling. Back when wrestling was wrestling. Back when wrestling was real. Even though we're gonna watch Vince McMahon and the WWF tomorrow. Keep an essence of the this week's relaunch this Saturday night. Anyway, folks, have a good one. Take it easy, and until then.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Rey's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Rey asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Rey also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Rey live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Rey discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Friday.